So hi, welcome to the Noise Podcast with Pulses. We're gonna ask them some questions today about their new EP, Speak Less. I'm gonna start. So congrats on that, by the way, guys. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
Surprisingly good.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I don't know. I feel like all of us are always like very anxious, or not very anxious, but we can be anxious about it, especially with this being a very different style for us. So we thought people were gonna be like, "Why are you doing this? This sucks. This is heavy. I don't like this."
Yeah.
We thought people were gonna be like, "Wow, you took like all the least favorite songs on your album and made a whole EP out." But it worked.
Yeah, no, I've seen nothing but good reception on the timeline, so that's good.
Exactly.
I don't know if you guys have gotten any hate indirects, but
we don't get that much hate anymore. Like, not to be like, not to say that we don't have haters, because they exist, but like, I don't think they don't feel like telling us anymore. They'll just like ignore it, which is cool. I'd rather it be that way.
You guys will just dunk on them on the timeline anyway. So like,
absolutely, we're not afraid of that anymore.
Yeah. Awesome.
We bullied a man off Twitter. All right, we don't fuck around anymore.
What?
You got to tell the story now. You can't just bring that up.
Oh, did y'all miss that?
I mean, I think I remember this. Was this recent?
Kevin,
the podcast out strong. Damn.
Oh yeah, I will say this also because David, I don't even know if he knows because he stays off of Twitter. So we be doing stuff that we be doing stuff and he'll just completely miss it, but it's not important. We let him know whenever it's like actually crucial.
The TLDR for that story is some dude was like, "Why are you guys asking money for your like music? You should be real artists." And Van Gogh didn't ask for money. He, died a penniless person, whatever. And I'm like, bro, I don't want money. This isn't about money, but we got to pay for like merch and studio time and everything like that, that comes with being a band. So I'm not asking for money. I'm just like, if you want things, buy it. That's cool. And so I quote tweeted it. What?
No, I was gonna say it wasn't even like we were asking for money. It was just a joke, being like, "Why is this shit expensive?" That was it.
Yeah, it was just like, why is being a band so expensive? And then he just went off. And then all I did was quote tweet it and was just like, kind of clowning him a little bit, but I wasn't like being mean. And then everyone else came and just was like, "Yo, you're stupid. Yo, you need to think like this. Blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Yo, these are paragraphs in tweets," and I'm like, "I'm out. Y'all got it."
Y'all clearly got this one.
Scene Twitter took over, and it was like people that didn't even know who we were like attacking him for it.
Good.
And then he deactivated, and we were like, "Oh shit."
Yo, we're fucking bullies now.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Other people bullied. I just made 3 jokes, and that's what I always do. Like,
You just started the fire.
I bullied him a little bit.
As you should.
But
for me, I've been in enough Twitter beefs over the years, and it's now I'm like 3 jokes, and if it goes any farther than that, I'm just done. It's like it's not worth it.
It's not worth your time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
So, ever gonna get into a fight with you guys then? Because I would deactivate as well.
It's not like fighting.
It's like we're seasoned Twitter people, so it's just like don't mess with us.
Exactly.
It's like we've been on Twitter longer than we've been a band, so.
Oh yeah, so yeah, okay.
Yeah,
we've been around the block.
I think I got my 9-year anniversary Twitter.
Jesus.
I was like, oh man, this sucks. I hate this.
Oh my god.
9 years too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
It's like this is Kevin's second account, and this one is like already 10.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I had an old account when I was like pretty young, and I was like, "No, this is kind of cringy. I'm getting rid of that." And so it's gone.
And then I felt like I was late to the jump because I didn't join until I was like a senior in high school, but I was like 2014 still, so it's just like it's still been already like 7 years.
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
Yeah.
Well, Twitter beef tangent aside, it's been good so far.
Hell yeah.
Really happy.
At least the Twitter beef wasn't about the EP. It was about trying to survive as a band.
Yeah.
I think it's just like I'm pretty sure that tweet was related to paying for the EP.
It was.
Wow. So it was related to the EP then, but we didn't know about it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, because we of course hadn't announced it yet, but we were just like, oh man, we gotta pay for the EP, mixing, and we gotta pay for all the merch that's gotta go along with it and whatnot. So we were just like, oh, money.
Kind of
Money-
hate
And
that.
then
Money doesn't
this
grow on
man comes
trees.
in and this is like, hey, fuck you.
Fuck you and your band.
It's like we're literally trying to pay for what we're trying to give you.
Yeah. You want shit, you gotta buy shit, so we can give you more shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So true. So true.
Yeah.
Great way to put it. So is there any meaning behind the EP name or cover art?
Yeah. Speak Less goes with speak it into existence. Because it's like the other side of it. We wanted to, have speak in both of them.
Okay.
And speak less is kind of like, a phrase you'll use when you're like kind of talking shit to somebody, like, you need to say less or, something
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of about that. And then the cover art being just like barren and snow. It's just, we dropped it in winter. Speak It Into Existence came out in spring. The cover is very lush on Speak It Into Existence and very not on Speak Less. So
Okay.
Yeah, we wanted it to be very dismal and minimalistic. So that's what we were trying to go for, like aesthetically, kind of across the board.
Okay.
And then even like somewhat musically too.
Very cool.
Okay. So
It's
will this
also
be,
it's
like, a
also
theme?
speak it into existence, but less. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
So true. So wait, will that be a theme? Like whatever season you release like your EPs or albums in, you'll kind of work that into the album cover, or is that just a coincidence for these two?
I think it kind of just happened for these two.
It kind of just happened, but at the same time, it is like a conscious effort because I feel like, as we'll always describe, it's just like there's certain records that when they released, it was like you have to release it at a certain time if this is sonically what it's around. Because I know that was even a case of us like working on this. We were just like, this has to be put out in winter.
Mhm.
Like any other season, it's not going to work. Or in the same way. So that's why we were even like rushing to get it done because I know initially the plan was trying to get it out before the end of last year, like in 2020, but then just things didn't work out, just like timing wise, because of course, like we started recording all of it in pandemic anyway, but not only just because of pandemic, but it's just like working between our schedules, of course, just kind of push things back, and then mixing took some time as well. So, but yeah, so that was even a case of when we got it back at like 11 p.m. at night, we immediately threw it up on like DistroKid to like put it up on streaming services, and then literally announced it the next day within 12 hours of getting the masters back. Because we were just like, this has to come out in February. If it's any sort of warm, it's not going to work.
You just hold it for another year. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
so I had to wait for like November or December or something.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So what was your writing process like for the CP? I mean, the tracks were shorter. Did that make it easier? Did it make it harder? What's up with that?
It didn't feel that different, to be honest. Like, to me at least. I don't know about y'all, but
I wouldn't say it's too much different. Just it's in the sense of it's just like because of it being shorter, you don't have to do more. You don't have to write new sections to extend it out to like the normal time length. It's like if you got 2 good riffs, that's all you need.
Mhm.
Close it out.
Yeah.
You're good.
Done.
Okay, so it wasn't like it was easier in the sense that you weren't trying to find like filler to make the song a full song almost. It's a full song.
Yeah.
With just those couple riffs.
yeah, you don't have to worry about like song structure and stuff either, because it's like you get like 3 cool parts, and you're like, all right, well, none of this has to repeat because we're already at 1 minute and 20 seconds, and it feels fine. So like, but yeah.
It was easier to track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like not having to like really grill parts, like to actually play them for 3 to 4 or 5 minutes or whatever.
Mhm.
But it's like I can knock that out in like a few takes, and I'm like, yes. I did
Yeah, and I know like for Kevin's tracking, especially on drums, this is like a lot of the songs were like done in one take. Or it's like he would record a couple takes, of course, but it's just like I wouldn't even necessarily have to like chop between different takes,
Mhm.
as long as he just got one good take, which is more doable in, like he said, like the minute 20 seconds.
Yeah.
It was nice to do that.
I know
was
my.
tracking with David.
Oh yeah, David.
Oh,
How
yeah.
was it? How was tracking?
Yeah.
How was
David?
tracking, David?
About the same as all of my tracking. Just
Y'all did it like all in one day, didn't you?
yeah, I
2
just
days.
track it and
2
then
days.
we're done. That's about it.
Yeah, it was like me and David and I were the only ones that like got together to track. I mean, well, of course, Kevin and I together because we live together.
Mhm.
But Matt tracked everything himself. Never saw him at all throughout any of the process. And and then near the end of it, we tracked the bass last, and I went over to David's place, and we just did it over the course of 2 days.
Oh,
Wow, that's pretty fast. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think I did my vocals. Other than like, I think "Miss Me" was the only one I had to do another day, but I did them all in one day too. Like all of it was pretty quick. I feel like.
oh well.
Yeah.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we probably spent more time in between recording sessions, more so than the actual tracking sessions themselves,
Mhm.
because it was still like mostly recorded over the course of the summer, but most of it was done in a pretty quick fashion. It's just like I could get for vocals. It took me a little bit longer than he did to do vocals, but I probably only spent maybe 3 days in total.
Wow.
Because I would just do like 1 or 2 songs at night.
Wow. Yeah.
I just got everyone to leave my house, and I was like, I have 4 hours. I'm gonna do this while no one's here. Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. That was really fast. So speaking of like how long tracks take to make, which song took the longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorites?
Let's see, the longest to write. What songs are on there?
Attaboy, David.
That was a me question right there.
Oh, we know.
Watch, it's gonna end up being like one of the 30-second ones. That one took forever. I don't know. I feel like "Miss Me" took a while for you to get the vocal. Just 'cause I know you
Yeah,
wanted
I
to play
couldn't
with it
figure
for a
out what I
while.
wanted to do with that one. Yeah.
Like the
So
clean
I was
vocal
just like,
part,
this is
but-
weird. I don't know what melody to put over this.
Yeah, he literally he was like, I'm struggling with this so much. I'm gonna send it to you, and he sent it to me. I'm like, that's perfect. And he was like, oh, all right.
Oh, okay, cool.
One of those like.
I'm looking at them, and I think that might be it, because I feel like the rest of these kind of just came together pretty straightforward.
A lot of these songs were written, like at the very least, the skeleton was written in one session, and
Oh.
that usually would not take more than an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not
And
like you had
then-
any tucked away for like 3 years and then pulled them out for this.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
Everything.
uh,
There you go.
We're Gonna Play Steve had 2 different sets of vocals, so I guess that took a while technically, just because it had like an old set of lyrics. Because we played that one live like 2 years ago, but but it didn't actually take that long. It's just I feel like we were editing it for the longest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I had a whole set of different lyrics for "Meet Me in Temecula" too, but
Oh yeah, you did.
I was just like, no, I don't want to do this. Like, because it was gonna be like there were gonna be actual like raps on it, but I was like, nah, this is too much, and I just
Wow.
like dumbed it all the way down. So now there's just like 2 sets of lines on that song, and that's it.
I do remember there was at one point where we had written a lot of lyrics, and then for some reason, I think it was like your idea, kind of. We just like went through each song and redid the lyrics.
Oh yeah, we did do that. Yeah, I don't know, because it was just like I felt like it wasn't, I don't know, thoughtful enough in a way.
Mm.
It's sort of like it was a little bit more angry than I wanted it to be, because
Yeah.
I wanted it to be kind of like open and like not necessarily attributed to anything at all. That way we could have our meaning, anybody listening could have theirs, and it just wasn't angry. It's emotional, not angry.
Yeah.
All right.
Then the other question you asked was favorites.
Yeah.
I think mine is Untitled Part 2.
So true.
I like that
Cool.
one.
It's a very good.
Yeah, that one was one of the early ones, and you pretty much did most of it, or at least the guitar wise. I literally only wrote like one guitar part for that.
Yeah, the part Caleb's part at the beginning he wrote, and the rest of it I just like put it all together and then sent it, and I was like, this kind of sounds like Untitled, and Kevin was like, yeah, it's Untitled Part 2. I'm like, okay, cool, and then that was how it came about. But yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
What's your favorite, David?
Meet Me in Temecula.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah,
That one goes.
I remember, David, you sent in the group chat, like when we put that up, you were like, who the fuck wrote this? And I was like, me. And you were like, this is too mean. It's too good. I like it. But you couldn't have written this. It's too good. I was like, damn, David.
God damn it, David! Wow.
But yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, and I know at least your bass part's sick on there too, with just
Yeah.
like the effects wise. So we kind of put on their tone.
Yeah.
TOAN, tone.
Caleb, Kevin, did you guys give your answers?
You want yours?
I think my favorite is probably As a Treat. I think it's
So
like
true.
I don't know. It was the Oasis on the album or the EP or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's just like the poppy one, and I think it really worked out, like being really poppy. So
Mhm.
Yeah, and that was the last song we wrote for it. So it was like that almost didn't exist.
Mhm.
So I'm glad that it does.
Definitely.
I want to say, well, it's just like I'd probably say As a Tree is my favorite, but since you already said it, I'm gonna also shout out Evidence of Absence.
yeah,
Like that one means a lot to me. I actually wrote like the whole instrumental for that one. That's like the only time that's happened where like, yeah, I wrote like the drums, guitars, and the bass for that one. And I think I did it all like at once. And so I just had a huge attachment to it. And then especially once Kevin added the lyrics to it, I was just like, yes, this is everything I needed for it. So, yeah.
All right.
Solid.
So where was your headspace at while you guys were writing the EP?
the headspace
Sad.
was sad, but also writing the album.
Yeah. We wrote them for the most part, other than like As a Treat and like maybe like one other one pretty much at the same time as writing the album. So it's a lot of the same kind of vibes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's basically like if it was too sad, too emotional, or too like raw, then we put it on that instead of the album because it just didn't fit like overall.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
that's fair.
Yeah, because so like we had the idea to do this release near the end of the Speak Into Existence process, and then it was just like an effort to do the kind of sounds and styles, and then express the emotions we wouldn't want to necessarily on like a normal project.
Mhm.
So, because we knew, of course, it was going to be different. So that's also why we kind of called it an EP. We were like, this is different. This isn't mainline. This is like a Kingdom Hearts spin-off game.
Yeah. That's fair.
So,
It's not what
but
not what the next album is going to sound like.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But it's important.
Yeah,
It is
Yeah.
important though.
but yeah, it's not like a permanent sound change or anything.
okay.
I mean, again, it's like Kingdom Hearts. You think it's not important because it's a spin-off, but it's
It's
still
actually important.
part of the story.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just like especially after doing it and after release, I know for me personally, it's been just like really great to get it out. And it's just like, I know initially it was the case. It was just like, oh, maybe we'll do this type of thing again eventually. But it's just like, I, definitely feel that it's going to creep into the mainline sound in some ways.
And if you guys
Okay.
keep
Or
up
we'll
with
do
the
it again.
sound, no one can compare you to Dance Gavin Dance.
Exactly.
They'll find a way. They've done it already.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, are you
Yeah.
serious?
The same way
Yeah,
that
no.
everyone on Twitter compares every band with a woman in it to Paramore. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
no, it's literally the same thing. It's like I'll get people being like, "Yeah, man, you're like Will Swan." I'm just like, "All right, yeah, just because I'm a heavy set black dude
That plays guitar.
that plays guitar, I am literally Will Swan incarnate."
God.
Well, what's it like over there, Will Swan?
How's the weather in California there, bud?
Why don't you give us the Idola album, bro?
I'm keeping it for myself. None of y'all can have it.
So true.
Damn. Yeah.
That's
I get that,
also
like-
why you can't join the band, Andrew.
Wow.
Oh man.
So, apart from Dance Gavin Dance, what band or artist influences can you hear in this EP?
Oh man.
There's a lot. I mean, you can say what do you think, Matt?
Silverstein, because short songs.
So true.
Orchid. Yeah. Silverstein is like the overarching like.
I think that's where I think I was playing those songs on like Clone Hero, and I was like, "Yo, this would be a good idea, guys." And then we kind of ran with it on it.
Yeah. Yeah, we were literally like, let's rip off Silverstein, and and Shane knows that now, so that's
And
great.
he doesn't seem to care.
No, he was like, that's cool, and I was like, all right, sick. Yeah,
I mean, it was that, and also at the time, like, Kanye was putting out that like summer of projects where he was like producing people, and it was like 5 albums, and they were all like 20 to 25-minute albums, or like, yeah, like they're all just like short albums where they were like 7 songs. But and then I know particularly like Kids See Ghost was like my album of the year for that year, and I loved how short it was, yet felt like a full length album in like concept and sound and everything. So it was like a combination of those two kind of things. As well as like, because the style has a lot of releases like this. Like I know another like influence was like Touche Amore, where it's like all of their albums are short because they're like a post-hardcore, like influenced by like screamo type stuff. So their songs are going to be short. So that's just their full-length albums all the time. So
Yeah.
it was also
Orchid.
just another way to just kind of bring that in.
Yeah, Orchid was another one, and I'm looking at their most popular album that we pulled influence from on this, and it is 10 songs in 15 minutes. So
Wow.
that's
That's
10 songs, 15 minutes, and then also like I think it's like 12 songs long because Dance Night, Revolution Tomorrow, and yes, and it's like 11 songs maybe, 15 minutes.
It's 10. Yeah,
But the
10.
last song, it's 10. But the
Yeah.
last song is like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's 5:16.
9 songs for 11 minutes. And one.
The one long one,
Right.
so it's just like, yeah.
Wild. But yeah, stuff like that. Like Loma Prieta was another one I know Kevin was getting really into.
Loma Prieta, Seisha.
Yeah, say shit.
Seisha.
A
Screamo.
lot of old- yeah, Screamo, Scrams shit from like early 2000s, really.
The Blood Brothers as well.
Yeah,
both those.
Thursday's always there.
Some E-Tid on
Yeah, a little bit of that.
little bit of E-Tid every time I die.
All right. I always thought the short songs idea was cool, so it was cool to see a band that we knew ripping off that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember when it first came out, and I was like, I love this because it was,
It's one of my favorite Silverstein releases.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just liked the whole concept. It was just like, they put out Rescue like the year before that. And then, they were always on that. We'll put out an album, every 2 years. And then all of a sudden they were just like, hey, we're doing short songs. Here you go. And this is like just for fun for us to do and for y'all to enjoy, hopefully. And, it's familiar in sound to what we usually are, but it's also bringing in roots that they haven't exactly expressed. So it's still different enough from the like mainline albums. So I was just like, I love that concept. And, at the very least, that was like internally between us, we've discussed just like doing more of those kind of releases in between our main albums, not even necessarily just as like heavy releases in between, but just like doing some themed ones where it's just like, this isn't exactly what our main sound is, but we just want to explore it because, just for fun and because we like a bunch of different styles.
Oh.
Okay, wait, so I don't want you to like have to lock anything in place, but this will be kind of like a reoccurring thing where after an album, a couple months later, you'll release like I don't want to call it like scraps, but you said like it didn't fit on the big album, so you just kind of took it and put it on an EP. So will this be like a regular thing?
Probably
I hope
somewhat.
so.
Yeah. I mean, like we've been going through like just our Guitar Pro ideas for like the next album, and we put them all in different folders based on like what we might use them for, and there's a lot of different like themed ones that we have like 1 or 2 tracks for. So it'll kind of just be like as those get filled up and finished, we'll probably just like put them in where we have time between releases. But you know, who knows? But yeah, we definitely want to. Be cool.
Okay.
It's just like generally, I'm a believer, and it's just like if something is done or it sounds cool, I don't see a reason not to just put it out.
Exactly.
If you can.
Mm-hmm.
And since we record everything ourselves and everything, it's like if we finish a song, we can record it and then sit on it if we want to. Like we don't have to do anything with it because we're not paying for it until it's mixed. So it's like it's great.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So this question should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less. All you have to do it. That means David, wake up.
Huh?
He's up.
He's up.
Good morning.
You guys can go first. I don't know.
3 words. I want to pick like good words. Caleb, go. Please.
No, I'm. It's at the tip of my tongue. I'm still thinking of mine.
No.
Short as fuck.
Okay,
Typically I yell cheap, but I'll just let you slide.
They're thinking up like good words. I had to like, you know.
David, do you have anything for us?
Simple answer.
What's the question?
Describe the EP for new listeners in 3 words.
The same but different, but shorter, but heavier, maybe.
That's
same but different. Same but different. That's a good.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome, David.
same. Thank you.
You can go back to bed for now.
You got it, Kevin?
No, that's you.
Fisher Price Screamo.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Oh shit!
I should have let you end because that's pretty much it right there.
Kevin, can you put that in our Twitter bio?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fisher Price. Fisher
Post
Price.
hardcore type beat / Fisher Price Screamo.
Oh,
You know what? I'm gonna be cliche. Less is more.
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's good. That's really good. So, kind of in the same vein of the last question, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this EP to invoke in your listeners?
Catharsis. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's you going through it, put it on, and get through it, and then like because the last track of
Sorry.
the last track of the EP goes directly into Speak It Into Existence, like the title track, because the guitars are actually like same tuning, right, Caleb?
It's the same riff,
Like
just slowed down.
riff, just slowed down. So
Yeah.
if you
It's a
like
half
play it
tempo.
into Speak It Into Existence, it starts the album proper, and that album is more positive. So it's just like if you start with Speak Less, you get rid of that feeling, and then you go right into Speak It Into Existence, and you feel better. So Speak It Into Existence goes on. It's kind of like a punchier track that we were originally going to save for the EP, but we didn't, and it went on the album proper. So you get a similar feel through that first track, and then Louisiana Purchase hits you, and you're just like, I'm good. We're like ready to go, like ready to have fun.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm like. I hope is it lets you just like get rid of shit. You can cycle it as many times as you want because it does cycle well with itself. But then as soon as you're ready to go out, you can put on the album, and then now we're having a good time again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. All right. So as we established, this was a quarantine project. What was it like working on something like this in quarantine?
Really, well, I guess just the fact, of course, of not seeing each other. So, of course, it's it's going to be more troublesome to coordinate things since you have to do it all over text or whatever.
Mhm.
I'm going to put David out there for a second.
We're
That
calling
man, that man was not because it's like he has the capability to track it all himself, but you know, he was being a lazy fuck.
Come on.
But you know, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's in quarantine. Your motivation's a little low, and I understand. I completely understand, and that's why I went over there to like track with him.
But that's because that man has 2 jobs.
Yeah, he's busy.
Yeah.
I'm working on a 3rd job.
Oh,
Working on a 3rd job.
man.
I'm helping him out with that. You ain't sent me that resume yet.
Yeah, dude.
You did?
Yeah, check the
Oh,
email.
check the email.
I check my email all the time. Maybe it went to spam.
Oh,
Wow.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Anyway,
tracking was different, but you know, we read a lot of it. We write a lot separate anyway, so like that part wasn't really too different.
and then most of it was already written.
Yeah,
You know, before quarantine even started. Like literally, like we were saying before, I think the only song that was actually written in quarantine was "As a Treat" because everything else was pretty much done by that point.
yeah.
David,
What?
David is confirming email.
he sent me a message on Discord just making sure he got the right email.
stop. Wow.
Uh,
I think we're definitely gonna try to record in the future more together again, at least for like vocals and stuff. Because I don't know, I like recording vocals with another person there because they can either tell me if something sucks that I might not think sucks and leave it, or they can tell me no, it sounds fine, stop redoing it. After I've done it like 60 times, so
Okay.
it's nice to have like a producer there, even if it's just like one of us, you know. So, but yeah, you know,
I mean, it'll happen soon because I know, of course, it was quarantine, so we didn't want to necessarily be together. But now,
yeah.
3 out of 4 of us are vaccinated, so
Oh, that's awesome.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just happened to because
I always thought it was messed up though, because it's just like I've been working like the whole time, and
Yeah.
I still haven't got I'm the one that hasn't got vaccinated yet. I'm the
Oh,
oldest
what?
too. I'm just
Yeah.
like, what the hell? But I'm not
Yeah.
important enough.
You might be able to get it on like there's like a lot of like little medical things that you might be able to like figure out. You know what I mean? Because like
That
my-
see, that's just you assuming that I know how to go to the doctor. I hate the doctor, dog. Like I
No,
don't
that's
want them to
fair.
diagnose me with anything.
Black people
no,
don't go to the
yeah.
doctor.
I'm just saying, like I know that like people have gotten it for like very like you know things that you don't necessarily need it for, but
Yeah, I should be 1C anyway, so it's just like
you'll be within the next few months, I'm sure. So and
I don't.
we're all
social
careful.
distance like some shit. So
Yeah.
it's like I've only
Yeah.
hung out with them and like 3 other people. Like my
Yeah.
bubble is
Yeah.
small.
Yeah. So
So,
Yeah,
for the
it'll
last couple
happen.
Questions. For the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you guys.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so if you can become an animal for the rest of your life, what
Jesus.
animal would you be?
Raccoon.
Wow,
That was very
fast.
quick.
You gonna be looking through trash and shit.
Damn.
Matt, are you doing that already? Are you trying to tell us something?
Yeah.
What?
Either raccoon or stingray. I'll go stingray too.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, so you're gonna kill Steve Irwin?
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Really good.
I can't win.
Wasn't that just like his 10th anniversary of his, or it was his birthday the other day?
Oh my
Come
God.
on,
Yeah.
Terrible.
gotta be sensitive to the time.
You know,
David, what animal you being? David,
had it.
animal.
I
had
had
it?
it. Yeah, you guys answer real quick.
David's still thinking over there.
Probably a lynx because that's my favorite
Ooh.
animal.
It's
Cool.
a very good animal.
Big cat.
Soft animal.
Oh shit, I know. Owl. That's right.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mhm.
That's a good one.
Whatever the actual animal, the one that Whooper is based on.
Oh, axolotl.
Yes.
My girlfriend fucking
Aw.
loves those things. She's got 2
They're
of
so
them.
cute.
Lord.
Hey, I need to get me one.
Oh, I need
honestly.
one too. It's like a little mud kip. I need one
They're
in
so
real
cute.
life. Yeah, or a whooper. Yeah, I need one in real life. They're
Uh,
great.
so,
Mhm.
if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would that song be?
But why?
It's hypothetical.
Oh, or that.
You have to pick one.
Okay, but hypothetically, why?
God damn it, David.
That's really hard. What would I not get tired of?
Oh, I got one.
All
right.
Tactical Nuke by Acacia Strain.
Why did I know you were going to say that for some reason?
It
Right when
doesn't
you
end
said-
to begin with.
right when you said I got one, I was like, he's going to say Tactical Nuke. I don't know why.
It doesn't end to begin with. So it's just an ongoing song.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good one.
I feel like if I pick one song, I'm gonna forsake so many other songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'll go ahead and pick my International Players Anthem,
Yep.
Oh,
UGK featuring Outkast with 3 6 Mafia production.
Yes,
So sure.
Had to list them all.
that is a good pick. You know what? Just because it's relevant and it's a good fucking song, and I've done it on repeat many times. Daft Punk, One More Time.
Banger.
Yeah, like we used to play a drinking game to Daft Punk, One More Time. I don't know, y'all are young, but I don't know. The Thunderstruck drinking game, AC/DC. I don't like AC/DC, so we replaced that with One More Time, Daft Punk, because you're supposed to, on the Thunderstruck game, drink every time they say thunder, and it's a lot. And then there's like a solo in the middle where you get screwed over if you're the one drinking at that time, because you have to drink until they say thunder again, and that solo's long as hell. So
Oh.
we're like, nah, that's played out. AC/DC's out. Switch it to Daft Punk, One More Time, and you drink every time they say One More Time. And there's still that midsection where it gets all down and like woo 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 or whatever, where he's like doing his verse thing, and you get screwed through that. So it still works out the same, but it's a better song.
Okay.
Okay.
This isn't one of my like favorite songs of all time, but I feel like this is a song that I literally never get tired of every time I hear it. So I would probably go with "Sweatpants" by Childish Gambino. I never get tired of that song.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Every time I hear that song, I never skip it. I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. Like I'll leave
Yeah.
this. Like
That's great.
I don't know. It's one of my favorite beats too. So like, I don't know.
It was a good beat.
Yeah.
Good choices. So for this last question, I'm gonna need you guys to walk with me. Boom.
Okay.
You're on a desert island. You can only bring one book, one movie, and one person. What are you bringing?
Oh.
And who are you bringing? I guess.
Hmm.
I don't be reading books.
I don't know about book either. I've been listening to some audiobooks recently, but like
Mhm.
I don't necessarily want to read them over and over again. So
Mm.
I'd probably just bring like a blank notebook that I could write in.
Okay.
That's
That
smart.
counts.
That's very
Yeah.
smart. Yeah, we haven't gotten that.
Yeah.
Does that count as his reading book as well?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my
Sure,
book.
Yeah.
That's my book. I don't know about. I mean, I'll say for person. I guess I'll say my girlfriend because
Aw.
yeah, but I'm simping on the podcast. She ain't even gonna listen to this. No, she might. I don't know. I don't know a movie. Probably Star Wars Episode 3 because I love that movie.
It's very good.
Episode 3?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
3.
That's my favorite.
3?
One,
Are you sure?
2, 3.
3,
Not 4?
not
3.
4. I'm tired of 4.
All right.
It's good. I'm just tired.
Word. There's a lot of condescending
Yeah.
tone in that 3.
Just checking.
I posted on my TikTok, like there was a sound going around that was like ranking the Star Wars movies and shows, and I did it, and someone just commented no. Nothing else, just no. And I was like, all right, word, cool, thanks, man. But, yeah, that's my 3.
I'm hung up on that book.
You can just not bring a book if you want.
I don't read.
I'm
either,
gonna
it's okay.
bring
Bring the Bible, Caleb.
No. I'm gonna bring the Final Fantasy X strategy guide,
Oh my
There,
god.
Okay.
there you
There you
go.
go.
That's
There you go.
and then movie. I'm gonna bring Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Such a good movie.
Well, I know what one
Kevin's
picking now.
What?
I ain't picking no person. Fuck all y'all.
Damn, Caleb.
I know who you gonna pick, Kevin.
You don't know. I could pick you.
I know who you gonna pick.
That would be adorable.
Mm-hmm.
how you gonna think
If I had to pick a Kevin person, it'd be Kevin.
It's good.
All right, well, Kevin,
Yeah.
we've got the talking stick now. You may speak.
Make sure you pick the right person.
If I had to take a book, I would take Holes.
Oh,
Just cause
it's a
Holes
good
is
book.
childhood favorite.
Mhm.
If I had to pick a movie, since Caleb took Scott Pilgrim, I'm gonna pick Undercover Brother. That's a good one, but no one really knows it. But it was slept on. It's got a lot of people in it. It's cool.
It's great.
And since I'm picking a person, I'm picking Caleb. Taylor,
Aw.
I'm sorry if you are listening. I don't think you are, but if you are, I'm sorry. I'm picking Caleb because I don't want him to feel bad.
Oh, David.
All
David.
So for a book, I'm bringing 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Good
Yeah.
call.
For a movie, well, I want to say 2001:
I
A
was gonna
Space
say
Odyssey.
I'm also bringing two.
My B choice would be probably Pulp Fiction. It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Classic white guy answer.
It's a good ass movie.
At least I didn't pick Star
No, it
Wars
is-
Episode 3.
It is a good movie.
You do got you on that. If I'm picking between the two, it's Pulp Fiction every time.
listen, I'm a nerd. Let me live. All right.
Which movie did he kill the younglings?
That's that one.
That's that one.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
That's the best one. Not because of that, but
The way that
Glad to
child
hear
looks at him. Terrible.
I'm pretty sure they.
bring balance to the band, not leave it in darkness, Matt.
I'm pretty sure they went into canon and like had the opportunity to be like, no, he didn't kill them. Like he just left, and they like confirmed it, and they were like, no, he killed them. I was like, cool, thanks Disney. Hell yeah.
Who
Who you bringing, David?
Oh shit. I didn't even get this far.
You had all this
Come
time.
on, man.
Caleb.
Don't mess up your relationship.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like
Nah, I ain't bringing her.
Hey, oh,
God.
I hope she's not listening to this, dude. You'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
What? So I'm gonna abandon her on a desert island, or not abandon?
Oh,
Get abandoned with her? Why would you want that
he's
for the
trying to think of her well-being. I respect
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
That's fair.
Right.
Matt out here like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make her get stranded on an island with me.
Nah, if I'm going down so much tea.
You're gonna turn into Lord of Flies type shit. Come on. That's dangerous.
I'm bringing MacGyver. Fuck it, I don't know. We're getting off this island.
that's practical. That's practical.
All right. So as Glory said, that is all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Got a lot of plans going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got the new EP. It's
Yeah.
called Speak Less.
That is true.
Put down loop.
Yep.
It's cool. We in it for the money. Get them streams up.
I hope that guy don't find
Fuck,
that.
fuck Van Gogh. Van Gogh was a
In it for the money, we wouldn't be playing post-hardcore. Let me tell you that.
We wouldn't be playing Fisher Price Screamo.
Yeah, Screamo.
That was the other thing too, because we kept talking about it internally. Again, just like we really finally got some like people listening to us, and then we said, "Fuck all that. We're doing a different sound now."
Yeah.
All right, bold move.
No, but buy our merch so we can buy guitar strings. Bass strings are really expensive.
They are.
And,
I hope you're getting some new ones because we got some recording to do this weekend.
That's
I gotta
true.
buy
Exactly,
some drum
see?
heads.
that we're plugged in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for y'all, for having us, and we're gonna be releasing more music this year.
And
So-
we'll be
I don't
releasing
care, I'm
a
gonna say it.
podcast together.
Kale's gonna say it.
I don't care. This is like the sneak. Yeah, we're putting out new shit this year. The next project. We got a 5th anniversary of our first release coming up. So, this summer. So that'll probably be the next thing.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's
We're
not the
still
next
working
thing.
on
The, other,
logistics.
the next thing is a secret.
yeah, the next thing is secret. We're still working on the logistics of it, but it'll be fun. It'll be some new stuff to stream.
We'll keep you guys covered on the Twitters and the Instagrams, Facebook maybe if it decides to be cool.
Fuck Facebook.
God.
But we
Fuck
need to keep you
Facebook.
covered.
Fuck Facebook.
hmm
All right, guys. Well, thank you for sitting out with us. This has been Pulses, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.